Well, hello again, folks. This is Bubba Roundtree Outdoors. I'm your host, Wade Rush. This is part 3 of a 3-part segment. And if you've missed any of the other 2 videos, guys, I'm going to post a link right here to the other 2 videos. If you missed them, you can go back and watch them and catch up on what we're talking about here. But it's a history of deer hunting here in South Carolina, basically our history. And in part 3, we're covering the 2000s. And all of my kids had grown up in the 2000s. The younger grandkids were growing up and maturing here in the 2000s, and they all had their first deer taken by the time we got into to the second millennium here. And so here again this evening we've got Thomas Hammer Rush, Rachel Rush. These are my 2, and Josh Brownham, and of course there's Captain Buster. So, but I was going to ask these guys. They grew up in an outdoor family, and so I was just going to get them to talk a little bit about what they remember, just a few things they remembered growing up in this outdoor family, the 3rd generation here from Captain Buster. So what are a couple of things y'all remember about growing up under me and under your granddaddy with all this stuff?
Well, of course you remember all the trucks coming in and the dogs barking. We used to have all those dogs.
Well, y'all got to unload the dogs and help clean the deer and all that stuff.
That was the next point. That was the next point. Because once the learning of the cleaning of the deer was established, then that kind of became our domain.
Our specialty.
The past few years, the 3 of us had been handling the vast majority,
99%.
Not over 99%.
98.9 of the deer cleaning that came about. That was really, the trucks coming in and out, the people coming in and out, the deer coming in and out. Was really the main parts. But I mean, that's what you expect.
Well,
here,
why do you think the good Lord put y'all here?
Well,
That's what grandyoungins are good for.
Do the grandparents' dirty work.
manual labor. Manual labor. You better be glad I grew up big. 'Cause if you had that.
Well, speaking of that, whenever he killed his first deer, he was sitting on your knee when he killed his first deer.
What we'd do, we'd get in. I had made these stands big enough that that me with my big self and one small one could get up there, and
There's your small
I'd
one.
take there's the small one. And I'd take a little old folding stool, and I would sit on a bucket with a pillow on it, and Josh would sit in that folding stool. And most of the time, when he'd get in the stand, he'd say, "Granddaddy, I'm gonna take a little nap." He says, "If something comes out, wake me up." I says, "Okay, son," and he'd be just sleeping. I'd say, "Josh, deer," and we had this thing set up. He would wait until they wasn't looking when they put the head down. Then he would get up real quick and sit on my left knee if the deer was on this side, or my right knee if the deer was on that side. And a lot of times I wouldn't even take my rifle, and I'd ease the little 243 up, and he'd get there, and then as soon as he'd get the scope on him, then the stand would start going, and I'd look and his legs would be bouncing, and he'd calm down, then he'd shoot the deer. And at one time he looked at me, he says, "Granddaddy," I said, "Well," he says, "Why does my legs start jumping like that?" I said, "It's called excitement, son." I said, "When it gets where it doesn't excite you anymore," I said, "you need to quit deer hunting."
That's right.
He's still him.
Well, that young'un took some monsters. I mean, a
Big.
massive 10-point,
14
point.
Sitting on my
That's
knee.
right, sitting on that knee right there with that little 243.
Big 11 point we didn't find.
Yep, and a big 11-point that he shot. Then that you didn't let him shoot again because you thought he was down. He neck shot him, didn't he? And knocked him right down.
Yeah, and he went down and he I was looking at it with binoculars. I didn't have my rifle, and then he stiffened up, I said.
Yeah,
and
usually when
Josh
you
said-
see that, it's over with.
Josh said, "You reckon I'll shoot him again, Granddad?" I said, "No, he's down for the count, son." And why did I say that? And next thing I know, he got up. I grabbed the rifle from him and got one little old shot, quick shot, as he went between some pines, and I saw he had shot low. And then at 10 o'clock that night, I got a beagle on a leash.
Well, I remember I was out there, TJ was out there, and we
Chasing
were out there
them
with the
all over
shotguns.
clear
Yeah.
cut. We seen him one more time. We got close enough, but our neighbor down there, Carol Lee Armentrout, found the skeleton, and he told me it was what, a 10 or 11
It
point.
was 11 point.
point.
Yep. And Carol Lee found it. That's right.
He was
found
a
it on his
200
place.
pound plus buck, you know, he was a big old buck.
Well, Rachel took her first one a little bit later on, and Tim Brownham, Josh's uncle, has got a nice tract of land out on 5 and 20 Creek, and he'd invite these young'uns to come down there, and so that's what I'll just take these young'uns down there and let them get on the stand and just sit at the truck at Tim's place. And that evening we put all three of them. He said he needed some deer taken out of there. We put all three of them on the stand. Rachel shot a big cow horn. Thomas shot a big doe, and Josh shot a big doe on that same hunt. They all three killed. Yeah, in that order. Yeah, well, what happened?
From biggest to smallest.
Rachel just neck shot hers when it came out, and there was no tracking required on that one, wasn't it?
Well, we thought it had a
Way
heart
to
attack
girls
too.
do it, right, Ray? Yep.
Well, I was shooting at 30-06. I thought it knocked my arm off. I pulled the trigger, but I had looked to the right, and because I had heard something in the woods to my left early, and then stopped. I looked to the right. It was starting to get dark, and when I turned back, it had just walked into the ruin, and it was fixing to walk. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I threw the gun up, and I was looking, and it lowered its head down to eat, and I hit it right in the.
Right in the base of the
I
neck.
aimed right on the base of its neck and shot, and said, "Okay, I don't see nothing," but my arm. It's like, "Okay, calm down." I got down. I walked down there, and I saw it fell right over to the side. I said, "Okay, I got it."
Yeah.
Walked up there, and I text you.
Yep. You sent me a text that you had got it. And right after that, I heard another rifle shot. It was Thomas. He sent me a text, got another one down. Then Josh shot, sent me a text, got another one down. So they each took a deer over there in, at 5 and 20 Swamp. And so they've grown up to be good shots, cleaning the deer, do everything that's required. And as a matter of fact, today we were restoring a four-wheeler, wasn't they? They getting good at
Best
that.
memory.
Oh God! All I remember, I remember 2 hunts from a long time ago, and that was when we were working for Pine Tree, or at Pine Tree Hunt Club, and that was the one in '99 where Thomas killed his, come out with that big hole in the butt in the deer. And the other one I remember, I was sitting with my dad, and we were sitting there, and a deer hopped it was way down a hill. We saw him hop, and the hunt was over. I was holding my little BB gun, couldn't do nothing with that. But we walked back up the hill, and then someone else come walking down the road talking as loud as he could. Dad was talking as loud as he could, and then 2 does come running down through the woods. They both shot and bloodied him up. Well, I don't think we ever found them. 2 big does. But that's what I remember.
Yeah, you remember that?
With hat too big for my head.
Well, folks, that's Josh.
Yeah.
And
The
but
deer
I really
play.
can't think of anything else to cover, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed this 3-part segment. Like I said, if you've missed any of the other 2 segments, I'm going to post a link here to the parts 1 and part 2. But that's going to wrap it up for this segment, guys. Basically, our history of deer hunting here in central or in the middle of South Carolina. When you hear me say central South Carolina, I mean in the middle of South Carolina.
Oh.
Because there is a central South Carolina in the upstate. We're not from the upstate. We're right in the hot center of South Carolina. All right, guys, this is Wade Rush and Bubba Roundtree Outdoors. I hope you've enjoyed this with Thomas and Rachel and Josh and Captain Buster. All of us appreciate you watching the videos, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back with another one soon. Bye-bye.
He went down towards these cut trees right here. Heading down towards the truck. 3 of them. Yeah, all 3 of them.
opened it yet, but y'all just. Right, yeah, it's gonna be long. I just put 2 on this road, and then stand it good between here and the river, and then come on back up.
So we need everybody on the back of
I'm gonna wait
your
to
truck.
who on your Russell, whenever you gonna.
Let me restart.
Bear Island, Cracker Neck, Donnelly, Draper, Fance Grove, Kiowee, Macby, Palachicola, Sandy Coastal Reserve, Sandy Cooper, Hatchery, Waterfowl Area, and Webb. January 5th, 2002.
You was teasing about the back deal, wasn't you?
Macby's in there. He's still back in there.
Yeah.
I felt like he was. All right. Well, we need to do
They all told him that.
well, he's got that thing rigged up with his box.
Can't go get with your big buck.
You want me to pose?
And then we'll get him with the little tiny buck.
Or if you gonna take this
Strike
off?
pose, baby. Vogue.
I'll get naked.
Woo-hoo, naked. Look at him. Look what he did. Hold him up so we can see them big old horns.
And then you're gonna get the Tom's deer.
One shot. Now this is the big buck. We're gonna go show you the little buck now.
Yeah. This is the huge one. Tom
Yeah.
shot the baby.
Yeah, he got the baby one. Let's see the baby one. Let's go see the little buck now.
Okay.
Where's the little buck?
Right there.
Ooh. There's the little buck. Lord.
But we won't talk about Larry's little doe back there.
Oh, no, because it's tagged. Somewhere it's tagged. That's a nice one. But Lord, he's bony. Pretty forward looking.
That's what I like about it.
Gosh, pretty rat. But his body, great day in the morning.
It's kind of skinny.
You ain't lying, he's skinny.
I was dragging him out by myself.
That's almost like an Illinois buck.
Yeah.
Did you kill that?
Did you hear about the buddy that we went up shot with?
I saw it.
You think this is massive. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's like twice as thick down the base. And it's ugly.
I gotta zoom in close to see that one.
Joe would enjoy. You'll be happy to know 3 daggone big turkeys right now.
Turkeys too?
Eating the corn.
Hi, Rachel. Well, everybody, and then, but Granddaddy's the one that's got to, that did the bagging.
I saw 5.
Yeah, you saw 5, but all butt heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for getting me the doe tags, Joey. I'm gonna kill you.
If I'd have had my doe tag, I was probably shot.
Yeah, I believe they weak. I was worried about these tower stands in the morning, but you know, after you saw all them deals,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the man right there that did the slaughtering.
they called me Dead Eye.
Okay.
I figured I'd head shoot him and not mess up a lot of meat, but I did hit him in his nuts.
That's good. I got that on video.
See that? You see?
Yeah. Look at that. It is drilled a dead center, buddy. That's gotta hurt. Look at that, a gray shush.
I heard him go.
You're talking about a knockdown shot, ain't it?
I was going to take some pictures.
Right through the woods where I could see them, and I got right 50 yards right in the edge, and they just screamed. And I thought it was a fella on the road that shot, but Thurman said he was standing on the road, so somebody had slipped in between me and him.
Never heard him.
Never said a word.
Never said a word.
Never, because I hollered all the way over to where I was standing at, and I never heard him. I used to do that with Sherry.
I wish y'all could hear y'all on the radio. You're right there in front of me.
I mean, he's just...
Really?
I was 50 yards from the gravel road. So I was closer. I mean, you know, it must not have been too far in there where I was, because I heard the dog, so I just hushed.
Yeah.
And them two little teeny puppies, after BJ jumped and took off, went yonder way, and a few minutes later they went, ah! They started screaming and took off. I said, well, I'm just gonna stand here. And I heard somebody hollering, so I just, you know, whoop, like that.
And then she started scolding you.
And then next time I know, where are you at?
I mean, I didn't come all the way down. I was scared because the dogs was screaming, and all of a sudden I heard whoop. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You know,
I'm like, was that you that just hollered? Well, yeah, where are you at? I'm right here, probably 75 yards from you.
Well, see, I heard
no, it
somebody.
Can't be me. Whoop, it's you.
I heard somebody whoop before I whooped, you know. And then she whooped, and I get fussed at. I said, well,
good Lord, do you have your compass with you this time?
I got.
Did you get BJ back?
He came back to the truck about 30 minutes
Okay.
before I was over.
Nice book.
Back out in them little pines.
Like I said, 5.
Everybody want to put a bandana over their face. Bust got the video evidence.
This is what we hunt with. I'm getting evidence. I work for Department of Natural Resources.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hello, Mr. Russ. There's the main driver right there.
Do not put that on your website.
I am. I most certainly is.
You got a good website now. I enjoy it. Wade
Wade and Gene does.
Wade does a good job with that.
Yes, sir.
Working man. Good job.
Well, he can show teach you.
How many people you got? Don't have it. Me and six. Me and six.
Say nothing about pretty or ugly or hush up.
Shut up, Bubba. Shut up.
Yes, sir, I heard you first time. Who's that little fellow right there, that big gun? Look at that, look at that.
Oh, group of trees, and then they poked their heads around, and then when they saw me, they were serpentining through so many trees. There's no way I could have got them.
Really? So they were doing the zig and the zag.
Yeah.
Zigzag. That's hard. This hard. No
They
doubt.
used to call it doing the XYZ.
Yeah, XYZ. That's good.
You just heard his excuses.
Rennie, I doubt you would have got them with the way it
Oh, I know that. I know that. I got enough confidence in your shooting that if you'd had a good shot, you'd have killed both of them. Why did you miss?
I didn't shoot.
Well, why didn't you shoot? You were stuck. He had hung himself.
Yeah, he was up there and hung up. His hood was hung on the stand coming down.
And the little one turned and come back as far as here's Robbie's tire right there, and we both said, "Pow!" and it rolled up. And I hollered, "Zach, where'd the other one go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?" And looked around, it was over there flopping. Zach, you sound like you had more fun with the pistol than you did shooting with a shotgun. He ain't hit that there yet. I had to take the pistol from him to go shoot.
You're a little short snow nose, you gotta get within 3 inches to hit him.
Did you kill him?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, there is tags in them.
Hey, get a picture of them tags, man.
See?
They come up
They are tagged.
Yeah, that looks just like him.
See, this ain't a real big one. Probably last year's doe.
I killed that one. Trying to slip out. A little 6-point. There's the boy that helped drag it. There's the one that tracked it down.
Just walking through the woods. There it is. Yeah.
He tracked it.
Y'all going back to Goose Road?
Good little sissy.
That's the other one.
Come on. Look at what I have right here.
this.
Hey, Greg, you want to take the collars off?
That's the prettiest one in the whole crowd. They're the ugliest.
He's talking about me.
Boy, this here looks like a bunch of lawbreakers around here.
Number one right there.
In the right stretch of woods for it.
Yeah. Ain't there as many deer out there as there used to be, is it?
Wasn't as many as it was a while ago.
Yeah. He's a brave man riding horns around this crowd up front.
Yeah.
He'll have holes in his radiator.
Russell Rudd. Grenade.
Yes. That's what pulls that cable in.
Foe.
All the ones I saw was on that doe.
Oh, yours. Did you saw on, they were on what doe? Did you shoot it?
He probably ain't done nothing today.
That's the only reason I can think of that they'd be walking together, you know.
Okay, guys, it's time to turn them loose. Just heard them on the radio. Get ready.